Yep, you guys are gonna see my sports bra on this one because I don't feel like putting on a regular bra. Sorry. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I'm going to be doing my take on a neutral eye look. After doing my least favorite shades in a palette, I thought it was appropriate to do a neutral eye look. I just want to preface this. I'm not against neutrals. I'm really not. I think I'm drawn more to color, but there are times that are appropriate in my life to wear neutral makeup. It's not that I've never done neutral looks on my channel. I tend to gravitate more towards color because I feel more creative with color. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there because I don't want anyone to think that I am so against neutrals, that I just don't do neutrals. It's not that. I'm not above a neutral eye. But I'm going to be using 4 different palettes here to create this look because I thought it'd be fun to kind of delve into some of the shades that I don't really want to touch. The first palette I'm going to dive into is the Hastina palette by Blush Tribe, and we're going to go into Bent Halwa, and I'm going to put that in my crease. I feel like kind of talking through this tutorial today. I know I've been doing a lot of voiceovers, but I didn't really feel like this needed to be voiced over. So I hope you guys are okay with that. Ugh. Leave the palette open, Danielle. Ay, ay, ay. But I just also kind of wanted to say that I am really appreciative of all of my subscribers. I know I am not the most professional YouTuber. I am not the most articulate. Like, I'm horrible at describing colors or just like textures. Basically, if you ask me to describe it, I need some help, which I think is hilarious because if you guys don't know this about me, I was an English major in college. Yep, I have a degree in English literature from community college, that's what it's in. Plus, I have a certificate for creative writing. At some point I was good at describing things. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't know what happened. I think it's because, in all honesty, I've been out of practice. Okay, so I also say okay, so all the time, and I'm trying to get that out of my vocabulary. I'm also trying to get the word like out of my vocabulary. According to my husband, that is like my go-to word, and it's true. I'm working on it, okay? Gosh, don't judge me. Then I'm going to go into the shade Ember, and I'm just going to kind of deepen the outer corner. We're really going to do some creative stuff with this look. That was sarcasm. I'm sorry. I'll try and stop. Danielle does not know where the line is sometimes. That's also like, I'm just going to let you guys know, there are times where I want to give a sarcastic response to comments, and it's not like mean sarcasm, it's just me kind of being a butt to myself, but I don't want to offend anyone, so I don't do it, because I am very sarcastic in real life, and I know not everyone appreciates sarcasm. I do. I love sarcasm. It's also why I decided it was probably not a good idea for me to be a teacher, because oof, I don't think it's appropriate for me to be sarcastic to children. I mean, I work with children now, but I'm not sarcastic to them at all, ever. I hope I'm not. I try not to. I do my best not to be sassy to children, even though they're sassy. Children are sassy. I love it though. I love it. The next shade I'm going to go into is actually Onyx, because I'm brave and we're going to play with a black eyeshadow today. Go back and forth. I just kind of really want to deepen this part of my eye. Another thing, I just watched Angelica Nyquist. I know that is not how you appropriately say her name, and one day I will get it, but I sound ridiculous trying to say it. More because I'm an American and accents elude me. But there's been some things that she said in her most recent video, and yes, I'm filming this today and she uploaded this today. That just kind of impressed upon me just some realizations that I have. I'm gonna be honest, there's sometimes where I'm like, why isn't my channel growing? Like, I become that petty person, and I don't want to be that person. I don't want to worry about where my numbers are. I don't want to think about where my numbers are, because that's not why I'm doing YouTube. I'm not doing it for the fame, or as the kids say, the clout. I don't care that much about the numbers. Yes, do I want to hit 1,000 subscribers just because I think that's a really cool milestone? Yes. Is it going to be the end-all be-all of me if I don't? No, I'm still going to do YouTube. I do YouTube. I was thinking about this while watching Angelica's video today. I do YouTube because of the creativity it allows. I do YouTube for me. I do YouTube because I enjoy talking to fellow creators, my subscribers. I've made some really amazing friends. If you're a subscriber who regularly comments, I just want you to know I consider you a friend. Even in the things that we don't agree on, because you guys don't have to agree with me on everything. I am not here to be like, well, if you don't agree with me, I'm going to block you. That's not me. I actually kind of like when people don't agree with me and they point out something that I didn't think about. Because that's important. It's very important, because I have my perspective. I don't know what other people's perspectives are all the time. And that to me is just a huge reminder of, Danielle, you don't know everything. You don't. And I need that sometimes. I do. I need that sometimes. I need that reality check. I need to be like put in my place sometimes. And I appreciate when you guys do that, because it really helps me think about where other people come from, and that I'm in a different place in my life, and that I have different things afforded to me for various reasons, and that I am very lucky in the life that I live and the things that go on in my life, and not everyone has that. And sometimes I need that reality check, because let's face it, I don't always realize that. I get into woe is me, pity me moments, and to have somebody just kind of check me on that is awesome. I know not everyone might think that it's awesome, but it is. I'm going to go in with this shade Summer. You know, the one that I swatched and didn't really like? I'm going to put it on my eye. I don't know if this goes with this look, but we're going to just put it on my eye and just call it good. But I do want to thank you guys for, you know, being as positive as you guys are to each other in the comments, and just being amazing, because you guys really are. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love the interactions I have. I love talking to you guys about things. I love when you guys ask me opinions on things. I love when you guys give me suggestions of products to try, or tell me about the things that you're interested in purchasing. I love all of it. I love the difference in people's makeup choices. I do. I really, really do. I'm always amazed at what one person prefers over another, and it kind of keeps me grounded and just going, well, Danielle, you shouldn't be a makeup snob, because sometimes I can be a makeup snob. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh no, I never do that. I mean, I'm human. I say stupid things sometimes, but I also want you guys to know that if I ever say something that is just way off base, call me out on it. Like, I mean it. Call me out on it. Don't let me just say something and and let it go. Like, I don't want to be that. I want to learn, and I want to grow, and I want to be as inclusive about things as I can. And sometimes, out of ignorance, I may say something really dumb. Whether it's about a makeup product because I just don't know about it, or it's about a person here on YouTube, or just a thought or a feeling that just doesn't really sit well with you guys, like, call me out on it. I'd rather be told, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that, than to ignorantly continue to do something. But I will say this, like, there are some things that some people choose to ignore and to think are okay that aren't okay, just in general on YouTube. And when certain people defend certain actions and tell people to get over it, it's not okay. There are some things that you shouldn't have to get over. Also, I'm just going to put this out here for what it is. Just in general, if somebody has a different viewpoint than you, and your reaction is to tell them to grow up, stop. Take a step back and realize why they might be feeling that way. Don't just tell somebody, oh, grow up. Whether you agree with their opinion or not, or their stance on something, it's not a moment of grow up. Someone stating their opinion or how they feel about something on, just in general, whether that's online or in person, that takes guts, because there's always someone who is not going to agree with it. There's always someone who's going to throw it back in their face. And I'm just saying this, telling someone to grow up because they're willing to stand up for another person is not okay. Sorry, that came out of nowhere, but it needed to be said. I'm not someone who who is quiet about their own opinion, and I don't like when people try to quiet others in their opinions. And telling someone to grow up is a form of telling someone that their opinion's not valid, that their feelings aren't valid, or to just get over it. No, not okay. Not okay in the slightest. You can't tell someone how to feel about something, and you can't tell someone how they should believe or how they should feel. I already said that, but really, you can't. You can't control how someone else is feeling. You can only control how you're feeling, but sometimes you need to reevaluate why you feel a certain way, because sometimes you might be wrong. Yes, you can feel a certain type of way and nobody can change that, but you do have to reevaluate yourself from time to time. I learn things all the time. I do my best to educate myself on stuff going on in the world, and I'm not always perfect, but I don't blame people for feeling a certain type of way at all, ever, on either side of an argument. There's reasons people feel certain ways. I would say I'm very Libra in that way, that I like the balance. I like the push and the pull. I love when people are having a discussion and they both don't agree, but they're doing it in a respectful way, and neither one of them are like, oh, you need to grow up and you need to stop feeling that way. What? That's not how that works. Yeah, sometimes you have to reevaluate yourself, but really, if you're telling people to grow up and not to post something and that they shouldn't feel that way, screw you. I'm sorry, that stuff pisses me off. And And I will say this, especially when it comes to things of a racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic. I don't care what you believe in terms of religion, but stop. Stop being an asshole person, okay? Sorry, that got a little deep, but I've just seen some things and have really kind of changed my opinions on some people that I thought I knew, thought I respected, and have lost a lot of respect for some people. And it upsets me, because when you think a person is one way and they go to show that they are completely opposite in everything that they go about and show people, and just it upsets me, and it's wrong. Like, sorry, I'm trying not to cry. I don't know why people feel certain ways or think that they can treat people horribly. You can't treat people horribly. That's just not okay. I don't care about people being gay, people being trans, any of that. It doesn't affect me. So I don't understand why people get so upset and so outraged and say horrible things or tell people that they shouldn't say certain things or stick up for certain people, because really? I have a hard time with that, because to me it goes against everything I was raised to believe, and when people can't respect other people for who they are, it upsets me. And just because someone does not fit into the box that you think people should fit into does not mean that you get to treat them like shit. It doesn't. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. It doesn't. And for people to think that I'm not going to say something, or I'm not going to block you, or I'm not going to cut you out of my life when you're just being an asshole person. Don't think that, because I'm not afraid to tell you where to shove it. I'm not afraid to tell you that what you're doing is hurtful and wrong. This video went into such a different direction, I'm sorry, but I've had this on my mind for a while. And I'm getting really upset when people who decide that certain things aren't important, or that people should get over certain things. Like, no, they shouldn't. I don't know. I'm not interested in treating people horribly. I don't think that's okay. And this goes beyond the whole Laura Lee, Manny MUA. I've seen real people in my actual life think that certain things are okay and think that I'm wrong in some of the things I say. That's fine. You can think I'm wrong, but I just don't understand how you can treat people a certain way when they're right in front of you, right there, and you treat people like crap. Or you make comments about these people online. I don't understand being that hurtful. And that's really what I'm trying to say. I don't understand why you have to be that way. And I just would really like to say, like, take a step back, reflect on yourself, and don't think you're above anyone else. And don't tell people to grow up because they feel passionate about posting about someone being a shit person. Don't. I know not everyone's going to agree with this, and I know that this kind of took a turn that even I wasn't expecting. But I would just say treat people with human decency. Treat people how you would want to be treated. For, like, seriously, like, would you want people saying horrible things? I'm gonna say this. I have not always been the kindest person online. And I'm going to take these words that I said for myself also. Just in terms of people I don't agree with. Because I think it's important that the conversation doesn't get ugly. I think it's important that I even realize that just because I don't agree with how somebody handled something, that I shouldn't just go right off and just be like, oh, da 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 da, you're a da 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 da. You know, it's hard. And I'm calling myself out for it a little bit. Because sometimes, like I said, I need to take a step back and I need to hear my own words. So there's me hearing my own words and just realizing that just because someone doesn't agree doesn't mean that I have to go and personally attack. And that's hard sometimes. Sometimes I want to be like, well, you're an effing da-da-da-da-da. And that's not appropriate. That's not who I want to be. But it also goes to show that in those moments, I become a different person that I don't want to be. And I'm glad that I kind of talked about some of this stuff because it's made me realize that there's different ways to go about certain things. And yes, debates can get heated, but they don't have to attack people. But I will say this, you have to take a step back and you have to look at yourself. You have to look at the mirror sometimes and you have to go, okay, did not like that about myself. What can I do to change it? How can I rectify this situation? And I still stand by the treat people how you would like to be treated. And I need to basically eat my words and live that truth. I'm not perfect at it. I get heated. I get upset when people say racist or sexist things. I do. And my initial reaction is to go back and attack, instead of just saying facts back to them. And I need to get better at that. But I do not appreciate when people tell other people to grow up and not to post about certain things. That's wrong. That's wrong. But I'm still very, very, very upset by certain people's actions, and I don't understand. And I don't think I'm going to. And I think that's okay too, to just not understand why somebody's doing what they're doing, but to understand when someone is toxic and that you need to say goodbye and just not have them in your life, because that is just as important as explaining to them why you feel a certain way. Sometimes you do just have to cut them out, and it's not something that is ever easy. I'm sorry that this video got really heavy, but there have been certain things just weighing on my mind and weighing on my heart, and I just needed to kind of vent, but also really take some time and reflect on myself and to learn from my own actions as well as others, and just understand that yes, you can be passionate about somebody, but you don't have to be an asshole person. And sometimes I know I can be an asshole person, and I don't want to be that person. So I'm going to really work hard on how I go about talking to people online when they do not agree with me, because I don't want to be called names, and I know that they don't want to be called names, but in those moments, instead of educating, I become mean. And I don't want to do that. And if you're somebody who I've just like attacked online, I'm sorry, because that's not right. And yeah, it's not right. You can't take those things away as much as you want to. And I think that is just something to really think about. Goodness, did not expect this video to turn into this at all. I know I've said that a few times, but I really didn't, and I just really am glad that I did, because it kind of made me reflect on myself. It kind of made me think about what things I can change. I mean, we've been seeing like YouTuber apologies for certain things, and I'm not apologizing for being racist or sexist. I'm just apologizing for saying mean things back to people who are racist or sexist, instead of being like, well, there's this, this, and this that proves this. And even if they want to discount everything I say, at least I'm not sinking down to their level. And that is just something that I've been kind of thinking about, is have I been sinking down to certain people's level and getting mean? I have in a few instances, and I can own that, and I can reflect on that, and I can take the time to just think about that. But I really want other people to kind of think about their own actions and think about what they say. You might not agree with somebody, but you should never tell, my thing is, you should never tell someone to grow up if they feel a certain type of way about racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, any of that. Because it's not okay. It's not. I guess that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching me do my neutral look with a touch of reality. But yeah, I mean, this is where my brain goes to at night when I can't sleep. I'm just being real. I think about a lot of things, and it feels good to open up about this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I hope that this doesn't come off as preachy, but it might. And sometimes we need preachy. Well, thanks again, and bye!